Hello children, welcome to Memory and Colors. Today we are going to learn the answer gender issues raised in politics. Justify this. Now we all know children, earlier only men were allowed to participate in public affairs, vote, and they had to contest elections for public offices. So these are the key words that I have highlighted. So these are it. Men were allowed to participate in where? Public affairs, three things: vote, and they could contest for public offices. The second one, so it was unjust. It was not justified, right? So gradually feminists and women movements, two things again, feminists and women movements came to the conclusion. What did they conclude? That unless women could control power, their problems could never get solved. It's very natural, no? Only powerful people can solve their problems. So women at that time, they were like at the secondary level. No one would listen to them, nothing. So these women feminists and women movements, they came to the conclusion that unless women controlled power, their problems could never get solved, and adequate attention could only be given to their problems if only they got power. Right? The third point goes in this way. So just the next, we have to link one with the other. Women in different parts of the world, they organized and agitated. Again, two keywords. Women in different parts of the world, what did they do? They organized and agitated. Agitated for what? For equal rights. In those days, women did not have any kind of right. Educational right, political rights, okay. And in our country, we know that women got the right to inherit father's property much later. Earlier, only sons used to have it. Right? So, similarly in others. So naturally, they organized and agitated what? For equal rights. Now, there were agitations for what? Specifically, extension of political rights for women. So, we have already seen that men were having political rights, but now the women demanded for extension of political rights for women. Now we all know about the suffragette movement. I think you have learned it in about class 6 and all. So it took place in UK in between 1903 and 1914. So this was about demanding political rights for women. Now besides these, now what did these agitations demand? Right? They demanded what? Enhancing political and legal status of women. Keywords, please remember. What did these women's movements and agitation demand? They demanded enhancing, means uplifting, political and legal status of women. Okay, they actually did not have any status in society. Right? Okay, then also they demanded in improving career opportunities and educational opportunities for women. So these agitations demanded what? Political and legal status for women, and also they demanded for improving career opportunities and educational opportunities for women. Right? Now we have one more point there. More radical women, they also wanted. What I'll just add to it. Let me add. More radical women, they actually, what happened? Just let me add this one. Okay. Let me finish. finish up this part. So what did they want? They wanted more rights for women. Okay, so especially they wanted that these women should be respected in the family and personal life. First and foremost, if in the family only no one would respect them, what respect from outside? So these radical women movements who called, these movements were known as feminist movement. So I write it in this way only. Feminist movements. What did they demand? Feminist movements, they aimed at the main object. The main objective was what? Just let me. One more box. I'll finish it off just now. They aimed for family and equality. And what did they aim for? Equality. Equality in family and personal life for women. Right. So they demanded this. So that was very much essential. If at home family members did not pay any respect to the women, what about outside? So with this we come to an end of this video. Let us just recap once more. First point, you can see it. Right. Earlier only men were allowed to participate in 3 things: public affairs, vote, contest for public offices. Second point, gradually feminist movements and other women's movement came to the conclusion that unless women could control power, their problems could not get adequate attention. Third, women in different parts of the world so organized and agitated, all keywords, organized and agitated for what? For equal rights. Specifically, there were agitations for extension of political rights for women. Now, these agitations demanded what? 2 things here: enhancing political and legal status of women and improving career opportunities and educational opportunities for women. Right? So, these feminist movements also aimed at